Welcome to the official YouTube channel of Options and Ideas. Components of CTC as per income tax ACT. Cost to company. CTC or cost to company is the total amount that a company spends, directly or indirectly, on an employee. It refers to the total salary package of the employee. CTC is never equal to the amount of take-home salary of the employee. CTC equals gross salary plus PF plus gratuity basic salary. Basic salary is the base income of an individual. It is a fixed part of one's compensation package. It is usually the largest component of the CTC, making up 40 to 45% of the total CTC. The basic plays an important role in defining the salary, as other components like provident fund, gratuity and ESIC are dependent on it. Gross salary. Gross salary is the amount calculated by adding up one's basic salary and allowances, before deduction of taxes and other deductions. It includes bonuses, overtime pay, holiday pay, and other differentials. Gross salary equals basic salary plus HRA plus other allowances. Net salary or take-home salary. Net salary or take-home salary is obtained after deducting income tax at source, TDS, and other deductions as per the relevant company policy. Net salary equals basic salary plus HRA plus allowances, income tax, employer's provident fund, professional tax. DEARNESS allowance. DEARNESS allowance is fully taxable and is a cost of living adjustment allowance to mitigate the impact of inflation on people. It is paid to government employees, public sector employees, PSU, and lately to private sector employees too. DEARNESS allowance is calculated as a percentage of a basic salary. Provident fund employer has to contribute 13.36% of basic plus DA and food concession allowance and retaining allowance, if any, towards PF deduction. It is divided as pension fund, 8.33% provident fund, 3.67% total, 12% employee deposit linked insurance, EDLI, 0.5% administrative charges for PF scheme, 0.85% administrative charges for EDLI scheme, 0.01%. All employees who earn up to 15,000 Indian rupees are now mandatorily required to get enrolled as members of the EPF. Employee contribution equals 12% of basic plus DA and food concession allowance and retaining allowance, if any. HRA. HRA is given to meet the cost of a rented house taken by the employee for his stay. The Income Tax Act allows minimum of the following three as deduction in respect of the HRA paid to employees. Actual house rent allowance received from your employer. Actual house rent paid by you minus 10% of your basic salary, 50% of your basic salary if you live in a metro, or 40% of your basic salary if you live in a non-metro. Meaning of salary for calculation. The exemption of HRA salary means basic plus DA plus commission based on fixed percentage on turnover. Salary is to be taken on due basis in respect of the period during which the period accommodation is occupied by the employee in the previous year. Perquisite is any benefit or amenity granted or provided free of cost or at concessional rates, such as rent-free unfurnished house, rent-free furnished house, motor car facility, reimbursement of gas, electricity and water, club facility, domestic servant facility, interest subsidy on loan, reimbursement of medical bills, reimbursement of hospital bills, reimbursement of telephone bills, benefits derived by employee stock option, and so on. Standard deduction. As per an amendment, tax exemption on medical reimbursement amounting to 15,000 rupees and transport allowance amounting to 19,200 rupees in a financial year have been replaced with a standard deduction of 50,000 rupees. TDS. Your employer deducts TDS on your salary based on the income tax slab rates for the financial year. If your income is more than 2 rupees, 50,000, the minimum amount which is exempt under income tax, the employer has to deduct TDS on your income. You can choose to disclose all your incomes like rent from house property, interest income from FDs etc., and employer will calculate and deduct TDS based on your total income. This saves you the effort of paying taxes to the government yourself. Form 16. Form 16 is a document issued by employer to employee about salaries paid, perquisites offered, details of deductibles and TDS deducted pertaining to the previous financial year. This is the basic document which is required by the employee to file income tax returns, because Form 16 contains income chargeable under the head, salaries, which is the taxable salary. The same needs to be indicated in income tax returns. It is a certificate stating the details of the salary employee have earned and the tax deducted on their behalf and paid to the government. LTA or leave travel allowance. Employer provides LTA to employ for employees travel to any place in India alone or with their family. LTA exemption is limited to the extent of actual travel costs incurred by the employee. LTA exemption only in respect of 2 journeys performed in a block of 4 calendar years. Travel has to be undertaken within India and overseas destinations are not covered for the exemption. HRA calculation. The minimum of the 3 amounts will be exempt from tax. A actual HRA allowance in the salary package, that is 96,000 rupees. B. HRA received less 10% of salary and DA, that is 43,200, 96,000 to 10% of 528,000. C. If you live in Metropolitan, Delhi, Chennai, Bombay and Calcutta, 50% of salary and DA. However, if you live in any other city, it is 40% of salary plus DA. So, in this case it would be 211,200 rupees, 40% of 528,000. So HRA will be minimum of 96,000, 43,200, 211,200, which is 43,200 which will be exempted. So the portion that will be taxed in this example is equals 96,000 minus 43,200 equals 52,800. Ideal salary structure. In this table, it was stated what is an ideal salary structure. In this table, it was showing what is a tax slab. In this table it was showing how CTC has been calculated. See this table very carefully as this table helps to understand salary, CTC and its components has been calculated.
Thanks for watching the video. Our address is Options and Ideas, 28L, Jheel Road, flat number 1A, ground floor, Kolkata, pin code 700031. West Bengal. Website www.optionsandideas.com and optionsandideas.org. Contact 9330036513.